is up, everyone? It's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming, and in this one, we've got level 8 Rune to Maneuver free play for LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. This one, you might notice we only get 2 gold bricks. What's that all about? Well, it's because we actually got the stud requirement in our story run. That 90k was actually easily obtained, and so we got that gold brick early. So we're only going to get 2, one for the Minikits, and of course, one for freeing Lee. So we're going to go ahead and choose Rune to Maneuver. You can see there that we already actually had that gold brick with that extra bar shaded in there. And hey, a quick helpful tip for you. Go ahead and check out those quick links down below in the video description to get you through to that next collectible that you need. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and choose the Black Bolt, as he has the loud and proud voice that we need to go ahead and shatter some glass. So we got to get that shatterage on with the old... That's right, it's been a while since I've busted that one out. Now, hey, you might make note of this stack of cards over here on the left-hand side. I'm trying to avoid it now by not getting attacked in front of his chest, but as it turns out, we have 5 of those stacks scattered throughout this entire area. We're going to get all 5 of those in just a minute, but hey, we're going to do some story elements first so that we can go ahead and progress through this. Now, as you probably remember, there are 5 of these points where Dr. Strange has to carve out this weird, awesome shape, and it actually gives us a little bit of the eye puzzle down there. And next up, we're going to go ahead and do some furniture rearranging. Really, this isn't needed. However, you get a ton of studdage for doing it, and with our times 48 multiplier on, it certainly seems worth the effort. So we'll do a butt slam and smash down that stuff in the corner there too, and make our way into the far right room. Now, essentially, we've got to take out a couple of bad guys, and we've got to do this series of smash and builds here before we can actually get what we need, which happens to be putting out that fireplace over there. So start off by destroying the furniture here, and we'll go ahead and build that up into a grapple plug on the far left side. Now, if you have not already, go ahead and choose that subscribe button and click it. And if you're really into our content, make sure you click that notifications bell so you can go ahead and get those sent to your email or your device, whichever you choose. Now, once you got that subscribe button clicked, actually that's not a requirement, just putting that out there. We'll go ahead and make your way to the right-hand side. There are 2 drape ropes that need to be pulled, and we'll go ahead and hop on there with both of our characters. And look at that, we've got a couple of, well, there's these things on the ledge here that need to be busted. I don't know why it was such a funny angle. Giant Ant-Man had a heck of a time busting them, so I switched on over to Dr. Strange, and he got it taken care of. Now, here we go. We've got this fire that we got put out here, thanks to, wasn't that like Sandman or something? I don't remember what his name is. We've seen him before, though, in the first Marvel game, have we not? And we'll go ahead and hop into the fireplace and carve out this next shape here. Now, I kind of made a mistake here. Look at me, I backtrack. I'm like, all right, nope, go back down there, and woo to the who. I do mess up a couple of those along the way, but not that one. So we'll go ahead and open up the next section of the eye. Now, you can see here we got this digging spot with a bunch of question marks, and it's telling me Rocket Raccoon, but I couldn't get the icon to pop up, so I went ahead and switched to somebody I knew for sure who could dig. I don't think I've used Rocket to do any digging, but regardless of who you use, dig up the pile and booyakashow. Grab number 2, and then we're going to use somebody who can fly, and check this out. That was pretty quick and easy. Number 3 is just floating up above us. Now, speaking of above us, we can get up into this little nook of the room, and we need to actually smash a bunch of stuff and build up the part of the Doctor Strange portal, but there's also another mini kit up here. We're going to smash the items on the far left side, and look at that. We've got this weird, looks like some sort of a doctor or dentist chair. We'll go ahead and get our boing on and bounce on it a few times, and all the way up top, we find a mini kit and a couple of bluesies and a purple toozy. Next up, we're going to switch to the characters outside the door and go ahead and build up the other half of the portal. Apparently, Doctor Strange needs half of the puzzle done for us, and we just activate it. So once we got both the inside and outside part of the puzzle complete, we got to switch back inside, which I had a heck of a time doing. Did you see that? Oh, man, that was craziness. I guess the other solution was I could have switched to Doctor Strange out there and maybe manipulated the portal from out there. That's obviously something I could have tried too. Next up, though, before leaving the room, we're going to go ahead and switch to a person with strong ability. That's right, we need some muscles to go ahead and rip down that double-handled spot there. And look at that, we've got a grapple plug that we can build up with the results of that. And we've got some more studdage, and we got another one of these Doctor Strange pads, which this will be the 3rd one. I think, no, this isn't the one I messed up. I do mess up one along the way. I don't think it's this one. Or is it? No, it looks like I'm Oh, meow, 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 meow. All right, I did mess that one up. All right, so I think I get all the rest of them. I'm not sure on that. But hey, if you have not already, we do have a whole bunch of quick links down below in the video description for the collectibles. We also have quick links to our website. We also have one to the playlist. We also have a bunch of social media links down there too, including one to our merchandise. That's right, merchandise and merchandise and merch. We got all sorts of merch now. We got shirts, we got yoga pants, we got backpacks, we got all sorts of stuff, and we certainly wouldn't mind if you checked those out. All right, now outside of the portal, we're going to go ahead and go up to this right balcony area and do some butt slams and build up the pieces into this weird-looking gravity booster. That one looked a little different than the others. I don't know why it did, but it did. We'll go ahead and use it to go ahead and suck up all of that stuff like a tractor beam. And look at that. We went ahead and freely. So Excelsior, and he is out of here. Next up, we're going to go ahead and take on those cards. Remember I made mention of those earlier? Well, the first one that we're going to take on is in the bottom right room. The next one is going to be the one that we showed you to begin with, which is actually in the spawning room off to the left-hand side. Chances are you probably already got that when that chest attacked you, as it's kind of hard to not get it. And third one's up top, just by where we freed Lee. We're actually going to go all the way to the third floor and go to the very back left corner as it's hiding behind this strongman chest here. See it over there on the left-hand side? Booyakasha. We'll go ahead and grab that and make our way back down to the second floor and off to the left-hand side, where we're going to get a couple of items that are inside hiding. Well, yeah, don't forget to take out these guys, too, along the way. They are a pain in the old tuchus. Look at that. They went and took off after the rest of my crew. I don't know why they went for the furthest member of my party, but they did. All right, up top on this hidden area, this little balcony-like spot, we're going to find the last and fifth card stack, which go ahead and smack that, and you'll find Minikit number 5. Just next to it. I was going to say just next. I don't know what I was going to say. I messed that up, though. Moving along, we'll go ahead and carve the gold out on the back wall there, which actually lets that Minikit fall right out into our hands. Thank you very much. Hey, wait a minute. We got twins, Bezel. We got Iron Man down here, too. That was kind of crazy. This game has a really weird obsession of switching characters. There are so many times that I will see, like, the same characters. Like, there's Spider-Man duplicated. And, like, you'll see coming up in the next level, too. Oh, spoiler alert. I should have made mention of that. All right, this next one's kind of tricky. We need Dr. Strange to go ahead and manipulate time on that bookcase. What we really need is to build up the bookcase all the way up so it's nice and purty, and then we'll use the old ladder that is actually right next to it. And once we get all the way up top there is this secret little spot that we can manipulate. You remember this? This is kind of like the hidden bookcase type of thing here, where we'll manipulate that glowing bit. That's right, Dr. Strange should get it done. There's a handful of characters that actually have the telekinesis that'll do it. But I actually have a heck of a time targeting it. It's kind of a funny angle. But once you get the right one, you'll go ahead and basically pull that switch. And watch this. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. It'll go ahead and open the door. That's right, we've got this little hidden area now, so now we have to drop it back down by manipulating time again. But not only do we have access to one of the Doctor Strange pads, but we also have a Ms. Marvel hack station that we can go ahead and squeeze on through and get inside. So we'll go ahead and do the Doctor Strange bits first, as we already have Doctor Strange out. So we'll go ahead and carve this one. This one is another one of those ones. Your whole goal is to carve the entire thing without going over the same area twice. I feel like I went over the same area twice in a couple spots there, but it worked, so I'm not going to complain. And we only got one left, which happens to be upstairs in that third floor. So next up, Ms. Marvel in this back terminal, which we already mentioned, and we're actually going to get the character token for Clea for completing this. So we'll go ahead and manipulate the puzzle here by flipping it left and right. Try to get as many of those studs as possible. Now, a couple of you have commented down below and told us that it is not possible to fail this. You can actually, I guess you just die, maybe. You lose a stud or two, and then you get to keep going at it. Oh, look at that. I made my way all the way over just in time. You know me. Got to get them all. Got to get them all. But look at that. We've opened up this chest here, and booyaka show. Clea is officially ours. So next up, we're going to go ahead and make our way to that third floor and take on a couple of more collectibles. In fact, we got to do some meltage of both the silver and gold kind. So Iron Man is going to be the man for the job. And, ooh, some more of these bad guys. I don't remember what these guys are called. I remember they have a weird name. It was a little suspect, if I remember. But we'll go ahead and take them out and make our way to that back silver brick. Silver brick. That's right, we'll destroy it and check it out. 7 is officially ours. Next up, we got this hacking terminal on the right or the gold pot on the left. It's up to you which one you choose. We're going to go ahead and melt this gold pot because we had Iron Man out, and he is hot. Hot enough to melt that gold, that is. And look at that. Booyaka show. Number 9. Oh, psych, 8. 8. Number 8 is now officially ours. Now, number 9 is going to be on the right-hand side over there where that super sweet terminal is. I don't know why I'm on this like destruction mission right here. Got to break it all. Got to break it all. I don't know what I was thinking here. Actually, I think I was trying to get those bits for the checkerboard pathway there, but as it turns out, they're in that strongman's chest over there. We'll get to that in a hot second here. All right. So we have to use this hack terminal over here to go ahead and have the wall puke out the bricks needed for that checkerboard path. But if we use it a second time and send one of our characters up there, it's actually going to find a mini kit up at the top. So get your on, build that up, and then we're going to go ahead and hop in there. Now, as it turns out, I'm going to need somebody who can actually run the hack panel, so I'll probably keep Tony out for that, and I'll bring one of my other characters in. Now, while they were hanging out on the stairwell there, you know, we're in trouble up here, taking out bad guys, doing all sorts of stuff, but they're hanging out on the stairs. That's not a very good team effort. But all right, there we go. You can see I got them all the way up there, and we've got credit for that mini kit. So there's only one left, and it actually happens to be in the next area. So we actually have to complete this little mini puzzle of moving these 3 pillars on the left and right side into the right spot. So both checkerboard path puzzles need to be completed, and then we need to, of course, finish that last Doctor Strange pad in the back, and then that'll take us into the final room where we have that boss battle. And it turns out that's where the last collectible is. So if you're here simply for those collectibles, make sure you use that quick link for number 10 right now. And I wanted to point out, too, that as long as you're not pushing in the direction that you're trying to move these things, the icon to punch it and slide it along will pop up. You can see it keeps popping up with that square icon for me. That's indicating that I can give it the old pow right in the kissa and send it to the moon, Alice. That's right. But in this case, I've got a little bit of precision that's needed here, so I do not want to send that packing. I think I do on the other side, though, if I remember correctly. Now, if you're confused as to what I'm doing here, if you did not watch our story video and you're watching this for the first time, basically each one of these little glass towers has a color at the base of it. Those colors need to match the color at the bottom of the checkerboard pathway there. So, as you can see, I'm just shuffling them around. As it turns out, really, you have to move the one out of the way and shuffle the other 2, and then you should be good to go. They lock into place, as you can see, and I think this one I give it the old pow. Ready? No, I tried to give it the ka-chow, but didn't work. There we go. That's right. Get on down there. And we'll go ahead, and I tried to punch it into place a couple of times. Did not work. So rather than sit there and look like a complete noob, I went ahead and just used the old school ways. Now, speaking of complete noob, I missed it. It's kind of a funny angle here, and to be honest with you, the way that this camera at work is here, it's pretty hard to see the precise location this needs to be. So I struggle with it for a second. Hopefully you don't have the same issue, but look at that. I finally get it into place. Tick-tock goes the clock, and booyakashow, we got that final spot. Ooh, we even get a purple, too. Make sure you jump up and get that one, as we have a 48 times multiplier. That is pretty good for, 10,000 times 48. You do the math. All right, this one is one of the more difficult ones to carve out. Now, if I remember correctly, I totally sucked at this during the story mode, and I'm pretty sure that I ended up getting an easier one. Like, I failed it like 3 or 4 times, and they were like, all right, buddy, this is too much for you. We'll go ahead and give you an easy way out. I think that's how it works. I could be wrong on that, but anyhow, once you get that one finished, you actually make it into the final battle with Mordo, and as it turns out, the final mini kit is right over this wall on the left-hand side. It's kind of deceiving. You can actually jump over that wall and get behind it, as you can see there. Now, I actually had to destroy that weird glass ice-like, just like this thing right there, to get over there, so you might have to do the same, but that's it. Go ahead and pat yourself on the back. Now, I do want to do a little redemption here. Now, in the story mode, I took forever for this boss battle. Now, this battle in particular does have quite a few steps that need to be followed in order to complete it. However, there's a little trick to it that can help speed things up, and I figured I would share that with you guys now, at least for those of you who stuck around to watch the rest of the video. So, you see and you know how these things work. The big boss battles generally have the rule of 3. If you're wondering what all those explosions are, I was just turfing nades with Rocket. And as it turns out, it worked a little bit, and now it sent these guys. And now look, there are 4 different versions of Mordo. Mordo? I don't know if I'm saying that right. But we'll go ahead and deal with those in just a second. He always brings out some little guys too. Some of them are kind of big like the Cyclopses. Some of them are even smaller. But take those guys out first as they are quite pesky. Then you're going to want to target all 4 versions of Mordo. So you're going to have to find kind of a unified spot that can allow you to target all 4 of them. And that should give you a little quicker take on how to actually get to take damage off of him. So basically, you cannot hurt him where he is up into 4 pieces like this. You can only hurt him when he is up close and personal right in front of you and there's no lock on him. So as you can see here, I'm targeting all 4 of those instances and I'm not getting them rapidly enough. So what I end up doing is I end up targeting him with my gun, I believe, here in a second. And that eventually takes me to the promised land where I get to actually remove some of that health, or as we like to say, depleter the meter. All right, so as you can see here, I'm switching. I tried to... There we go. No, that's not going to work. All right, come on. Iron Man, target them all. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. See, it took me a while, and this is what I struggled with in the story. I wasn't quite sure what I was doing, and it wasn't clear to me on screen that all 4 of those instances of him needed to be removed all at the same time. So look, now I finally got the targeting all down, and look, they're all gone, and he almost immediately pops up. It makes it rain studs, by the way, too, so that's also a nice little thing. So although the beginning part of this battle was very inefficient and seemed like I was noobing it up, well, it's because I was. We are officially beyond the noob status now, and once I hurt him enough to make him go into those 4 instances again, we know what to do, and it happens a lot faster, and I'm actually proud that I get to show that to you right about now. There he goes. He has split, and he's like... Forget you guys, I'm going home. Now, in this particular case, I had a funny angle and I didn't get all 4 of them in the first take. So then I realized too, wait a minute, these big Cyclops guys are certainly a pain in the tuchus as they've got that heat ray that melts me down. But I get all 4 of them targeted. 1, 2, 3, 4. And wait, he's gone. But wait a minute, you have to take out his baddies with him. And as soon as the Cyclops is gone, he should spawn right in the middle there and give us a bunch of studs as well. Make it rain, make it rain, make it rain. There we go, and we'll take him. And he's got a couple more attacks, but we're almost out of this. We are almost out of this. Now, it would be a great time, though, to re-mention our social media down below. In fact, especially our Facebook page. Look at that timing. You guys should hop on over there and be off-wind. As it turns out, every Friday we have a giveaway on that page, and it sometimes ranges from just stickers, but also gets up to Lego and stuff. In fact, we even had a sponsored contest recently where 10 people were chosen to win 5 Lego Dimension packs. That's right, 10 different people won 5 packs. We had 50 packs up for grabs thanks to a sponsorship of Warner Brothers, which I'll go ahead and say thanks to them right now for hooking us up with a copy of this game as well. We have had an absolute blast. Other than the repetitive nature of the gameplay, the overall story and learning experience of all the Marvel characters and Marvel worlds has been amazing. So, thanks for that. And, hey, again, check us out on Facebook. All you have to do is like our page and just watch for the giveaways. And each week we have those giveaways. Make sure you like our giveaway, and boom, you're entered. And that's all you got to do. You'd be surprised on how many people do not like our page and actually miss out. I hate, telling people, hey, you got to miss out. And sometimes I'll even message them and say, hey, you got to like the page, and give them a little bit of time, but it all just depends. So anyways, make your way over there. Check us out if you're interested in free stuff. I mean, but who doesn't like free stuff, right? All right, anyhow, enough of that plug for our Facebook page. We are in the final stretch of the Mordo battle, and essentially all we need to do now is avoid all these crazy attacks, and once he hits the ground, we have to depleter that meter all the way to 0. And then it'll take us into the final cutscene, which we actually removed, so that means final totals, where we'll go over everything and talk about what's next. So, oh, to the yeah, Mordo down! Oh, wait a minute, what the heck? What the heck? That scene was supposed to be removed, Brian! All right, I guess it wasn't too bad, but look at that. That was a good pause. Now, a couple of these final covers haven't been the greatest, I will say that. This one's pretty good, but Rune to Maneuver Free Play is officially complete. We already had that stud requirement, so we already had the gold brick for that and for completing the story. Next up, we're going to collect one for getting all 10 of those Minikits. Of course, we're going to get that comic book as well. Wonder what the cover for this one is. Oh, to the yeah. What do we got here? Oh, Doctor Strange. That's pretty cool. And of course, we freed Lee. And quick shout out to Dan Wiesenmeyer too. I don't know if you guys know who Dan Wiesenmeyer is, but he is an amazing Lego artist who does a lot of the cover artwork and stuff for these. I follow him on Twitter. I suggest you do the same. I keep begging my wife to get some of his commissioned artwork. And if any of you guys have some out there you don't want, you know who to send them to. But hey, that's going to wrap it up for LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 Level 8 Rune to Maneuver Free Play. Check us out on social media. If you haven't already, check out this Thumbie must-see video. And real quick shout out to our guide writers, Doug and Tyler P. What up? Without you guys, I would be nothing. So anyhow, thanks as always. Until next time.